UFC fights, and he looks to get back on the winning track tonight. It's an aggressive fighter who is as comfortable going after submissions as losing by rear naked choke to Drew Fickett in the first round. Also in the first round, he followed that up with a big win in an exciting fight with Josh Berkman. Neer feels he wasn't himself.
You know, because I'm not going to back down from you. I'm not going to run from you. I'm going to be
Neer. Diaz, who may be the little bit better striker, has...
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC. Who holds a professional record of 12 wins with 6 losses. Nick Diaz. This man is a boxer, a wrestler, and a Muay Thai fighter. 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. And when the action begins...
The beautiful Rochelle Leah. Of course, in attendance here tonight. A great welterweight matchup here tonight at UFC 62. Very unorthodox with his strikes, but very effective. Nick Diaz. Disbelief when he started to pick apart Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, and he talks, look, you see the best of him.
You know, it's interesting, though, and I would say, and especially I had to learn an even-keeled guy who you cannot get upset. I mean, he's a warrior.
He worked the same way. He's very stoic, and he's very good.
Two of the men who could very well be the future of the welterweight division.
Nice.
And the one thing that Josh Neer knew tonight coming in is he must initiate, because Diaz is, and that really disappointed him more than the loss itself, is the fact that he felt he could have done.
Learn all this differently. This is what's important for them, learning from these experiences. Nice punches by Josh Neer, and he just says to Herb Dean, keep it
flying, courtesy of Diego Sanchez. I think fighters are much more than kids eat candy off the floor all the time, Joe.
I thought it was 5 seconds. Knee by Diaz.
Up in the head coming down to meet in the middle. Diaz did a good job of blocking. Trying to work inside with the knees.
Good right hook by Diaz. Deep by that one.
Diaz trying to throw some combinations together here in round. Diaz again. Better wrestler, the little bit better ground master, maybe Josh Neer, but...
And a nice counter by Josh Neer.
Obviously is the angry kid Nick Diaz, but he was unimpressed with that fight, so I think it was pretty... Diaz replacing Thiago Alves.
Doesn't look like he's throwing a lot of body weight into him, but he's so accurate. Diaz.
Now it's Neer who says bring it on. Again, the one thing... Herb Dean was checking to see if that caught Diaz a little.
So far, Nick...
He likes a good old-fashioned brawl. Right now, though...
I don't think he's liking this. Nick Diaz is just landing more punches, and he's landing them right on the button.
You know what? He was already throwing it. He was already throwing it in all fairness, and he even said, we'll listen into Diaz's corner first.
It's very, very small. The blood's coming from the top of your head. Throw a stiff combination.
That's what I like. Nice little...
So Rogan, glad to be with you. UFC 62, Mandalay Bay Event Center here. Teeing off with combinations is Diaz again.
Body shots, look at that.
Neer answers though. This is a ground specialist, jiu-jitsu brown belt, under Caesar.
As neither has Josh Neer. See, Josh landing shots.
Again, his hands don't look like they're in the normal position, Joe, but
with good technique, like he throws punches with he throws his body, and he's not Neer's taking a lot of these.
Mouthpiece goes flying again.
Josh Neer's hurt.
And he's been ducking under Josh Neer
with these punches.
This looks like the Nick Dean 4 of his 5 matchups inside the octagon. This looks like the kid who we thought
waiting and then winging big wild ones, but those aren't landing. Nick is just slipping under those, throwing all of his effort into these punches, which allows him to throw so many of them. He's not
up here tonight. Diaz fully in control. We've just reached.
Diaz decides to grab legs out, pull him down, bang, there he does. Now he's in Josh Neer's, is an excellent jiu-jitsu stylist.
Than I think you and I believe this fight would be at this point.
I thought this was going to be a very close fight. Bewildered by Nick Diaz's boxing style.
Okay.
Well, Nick Diaz is just, he's so unorthodox. He's a tall, lanky but it's very rare the southpaws see southpaws. Good body punch.
Against Pulver and Spencer Fisher, as you mentioned, they're both southpaws, but they're not built any. Neer answers.
Neer answers, but Nick Diaz blocks those and all this energy. Whereas Nick Diaz just pap, 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 pap. And
number 2. It's in this fight. Old school as he is. Take the hit. He's taken many of them. Can he do something different in round?
With the uppercut, comes over with the right hook. Boom!
Nick Diaz, Josh Neer getting set for the third.
Josh Neer has got to do something to turn this fight around. So far, Nick Diaz.
Neer starts out trying to do so. An interesting point, you said that Diaz isn't throwing at 120%.
Yeah, it also allows him to throw many, many punches. He's got a guillotine, a standing guillotine. And scoop him up, boom, now he's got him down.
In fact,
defeats all those fights. That's invaluable experience that he's gained against the UFC. Just in the perfect position. If he throws his leg over Josh Neer's head, Josh is in big trouble.
Nick Diaz with the Kimura. He finishes off to go.
As we said before, this kid is only 23 years old. Very impressive performance. Let's take a look at the replay here. He gets his arm under it, locks his wrists together, picks it up. He steps over, bang, bad spot, yanks it.
Here in the UFC, Nick Diablo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest. Nick Diaz!
He defeats Josh Neer and snaps his 3-fight loop.
Impressive performance so far in the octagon. Would you agree?
It's like I've been fighting here for a while now, so might as well.
For the Kimura, talk us through the end of this fight.
Yeah. So he wouldn't get away. He had his feet on the fence. I didn't want him to flip over or something crazy. Average for that Kimura, and I went ahead and finished it on that side. You know, like I said, you know, it just feels like another 5 tapes. So I knew it was probably going to go good.
Well, it's
the way they count the takedown points. So the way a lot of times I actually didn't learn the game until my last couple of fights.